For years, Republicans have called for the release of Epstein file and the so-called client list. Today, they were finally given the chance to act. Representative Rona introduced to an amendment to make that release happen, and the Rules Committee had to opportunity to vote on it. This was the movement the Republican Party had long demanded, the culmination of years of public pressure. At least the opportunity had arrived.
I move the committee make an order amendment number 50 to H.R. 3633 offered by Representative Khanna.
Madam Chair, I move that the committee make in order amendment 50 to HR 3633 offered by Representative Khanna, which would require the Attorney General to preserve and release any and all record related to Jeffrey Epstein. On February 21, 2025, President Trump's own Attorney General Pam Bondi stated on Fox News that the Epstein files client list was quite sitting on her desk right now to review. Trump's FBI Director Cash Patel, during his confirmation hearing, pledged to ensure the American people would learn quite the full weight of what happened. Later on the Benny show, Patel even claimed the FBI was actively heading the absent client list. Donald Trump Jr., the president's own son, tweeted and quote, "Show us all the absent client list right now. Why would anyone protect those scumbags? Ask yourself this question." And then the answer become very apparent and quotes. And yet suddenly, these some voices are telling us there's nothing to see here. President Trump himself is now posting that it's time to move on. But I and many others want to know what exactly in those files. Why the sudden shift from demanding transparency to dismissing it? This is not just about absence, it's about trust. Republican told the American people, elect us and we will release the absent files. Now, when the opportunity is finally here, they are backing away. They said they would not out meditate. Then they did. They promised not to add to the deficit. They exploded it. They said they supported law enforcement, yet refused to even honor the officer who defended this capital on January 6th. They preach law and order, but would not condemn a president who pardoned violent raiders. So forgive me if I do not take them at their words. This amendment is about incredibility and more preciously and completely back of it. I urge a yes vote on this amendment. I yield back. After voting proceeding, during voter proceeding, Chair, the question is on the amendment. All those in favor say A. Members A. Chair, all those opposed say no. Members no. Chair, in the opinion of the chair, the noes have it. The amendment is not agreed to. Member, Madam Chair, I am honestly shocked by the result and request a roll call vote. Chair, the clerk will call the rule. Mr. Fishbash, no. Mr. Norman, yes. Mr. Hunch, no. Mr. Longworthy, no. Mr. Scott, no. Mr. Griffith, no. Mr. Jack, no. Mr. McGowan, yes. Mr. Scanlon, yes. Mr. Nuggets, yes. Mr. Leger, yes. Madam Chair, no. Clerk, the total is 5 year 7 number. Chair, the amendment is not agreed to. Wait, what? After years of demanding the release of the absent file, Republicans finally had to chance to support a simple amendment that would have allowed a full favor vote on whether Trump's DOJ should release those documents. And yet, almost every Republican on this committee vote against it, except for one. The very party that spent years loudly demanding these files be made public just blocked their own opportunity to do exactly that. The absent record for now will remain sealed not because they could be released, but because Republicans choose not to.
You say that the FBI has Epstein's list, they're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator.
You are saying the FBI has the absent list and they are sitting on it. That's deeply troubling. If true, it means they are protecting one of the most prolific predator in modern history. That's not just irresponsible, it's evil. Even if releasing the list would embrace powerful people, that's no one excuse. Why is the FBI shielding someone who facilitated child abuse on such a massive scale? The answer seems obvious because of who's on that list. In absent case, the implication incredibly disturbing. We already have flight logos and names, and more information is expected to surface. Will it be shocking? Absolutely. It's hard to imagine it would not be given how many higher profile individuals appear to have been protected and kept in the shadows, never held accountable. But I believe in accountability. Let's the process play out. No one should be declared guilty without due process. But now is the time for that process to begin. For years, we have watched countless investigations, subpoenas, and hearing in Congress, and yet there's always the some frustration. No real accountability, it only ever goes halfway. This time, with people like Cash Patel and Pam Bandy involved, I believe there's a chance we will finally see justice.
In this case, in Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names.
A lot of people have been asking. Last week you said you had the absent files on your desk. When we expect to see them and what's causing the delay? I do have them, Jesse, and let me tell you, it's horrifying. There are over 200 victims. Actually, the number is well over 250. So, before anything can be released, we have to make absolutely sure their identifies and personal information are fully protected. That said, I believe tomorrow, breaking news here, you will start to see some absent related material release my office. What kind of information are we talking about? Will we see who was on the flight logos? Any recordings Epstein had rich surveillance equipment set up in all his homes. Yes, what we hope to release tomorrow include a lot of flight logos, names, and related information. It's disturbing, truly sick what that man did. And he did not act alone. His confidant was part of it, and he definitely had help.
A lot of people are wondering, because you said last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk, is when can we see them and what's taking
the Ghislaine Maxwell Black Book? What names are in there, man? You understand how many...
What's in Ghislaine Maxwell Black Book? Think about how many powerful people desperate want this story to disappear. How many were connected to absent sex trafficking operation? A respected journalist once told me there are tapes, lots of them showing exactly who was involved. I have heard things about Bill Clinton on absence plane that I will never forget. I talked about it yesterday and I would not stop talking about it, not ever. Ask yourself this: do any of people speaking out sound uncertain? The only thing they lacked before was power. Now they have it. Dan Bongino is Deputy Director of FBI, Kash Patel is a Director, Pam Bondi is Attorney General, Donald Trump is President. That's such a power as you can possibly have. And yet, what's happening? The same people who once demanding an end to cover up and now enabling it, they refuse to even vote to releasing the Epstein files. The GOP has gone from exposing corruption to shielding it. Let's be honest, the party follows Trump blindly. If he wanted those files released, they had been released already. He is not constrained by law, courts, or Congress. They certainly not by Pam Bandy. She does what he tells her. If he told her to investigate Indian gardeners the way she should, so let's be clear. This begins and ends with Pam Bandy. No, the choice is simple. You can protect Trump or you can seek justice for absent victims. But you cannot do both. Republicans in Congress made their choices in broad daylight. Now it's up to the rest of us, and I hope, for sake of everyone's survival, you do not choose the side of the pedophile.